Hello, and it's Nagao here, and we're back with Katawa Shoujo. So, I'm not sure how to do it, because it's been so long. I, I'm gonna try and go for Rinse Path now. So, yeah, Cold War I think is where we'll start. I don't understand why she's doing this, only getting mad at me. So, we took Lily aside. Don't drag me into it, I've done my part. Why am I being dragged into this again? I've done more than I think. If you're angry with Lily, that has nothing to do with me. Now wait just a second. Are you implying the president is more right in scolding me than yourself? Damn, I think I could have worded that better. No, I don't know about that, but I mean... What are you saying, Chad? It's just that I hardly think it's fair you can say that, saying that I helped you guys. The mood has changed. This is like a showdown between two gunfighters now. Well, it was like that before too, but this time June's focus is on me. And so is Lily's, though she keeps quiet. I'm afraid I inadvertently pissed her off. Oh boy, are you saying I'm wrong? What a dangerous situation. It's too early to argue with you. Yes, I think it's unfair of you to get on my case. Hey, Chad, you want me too much, but you have a point. Okay. You're not lazy, Chad. Wah ha ha ha. Shizun pushes her glasses up with her thumb almost approvingly. That's good. If you're not useless, you shouldn't let anyone say you are. But the next time I say it, it'll really be because you are disappointing me like Miss Class Rep here. So don't let this go to your head. Lily takes a jab silently, a venomous visage frozen on her face. Class Rep, chances, don't forget the report, please. I won't. Wouldn't that be all? Oh boy, yep, I don't remember their voices. That's fantastic. Then, good day to you all. And her voice would cut the air of the classroom into half if it was more tangible. Lily leaves the room understandably in a bad mood, but still managing to be as poised and calm as usual. Shizune, you really did a good little too far today. It's true, Sachan, just a little. If I had been expecting Shizune to grudgingly admit, I have a point there as well. I was expecting too much. She doesn't respond. Ah, Shichan thinks you should mind your own business. Shichan, we have a few last-minute things to take care of before class. We might be late, so can you please cover for us? Yeah. Perfect, yay, okay, thanks, Shichan. They walk outside even though there are only 10 minutes left before the bell will ring, signaling the start of class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I had to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. Well, after the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turned the pages of my textbook lazily. We've been covering the same amount of pages every day, so reading ahead is more or less giving myself a preview of what tomorrow's lesson will be about. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on board seems so synchronized perfectly with ticking of the clock. Alright, that's a little weird. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, not noticing Misha's head, poking over my shoulder until she's almost on top of me. What are you doing? I try to strike a balance between being quiet enough to not draw attention to myself, but loud enough to draw hers. What are you doing, Chan? Panic shoots through the way as Misha starts talking at her normal volume. And I split her out. I hastily reply, still keeping my voice down despite the fact she just blew any hope of her being discreet I may have had. I'm copying down the stuff. What are you doing? Why so loud? Aw, really? But it's all in the book. That's why no one else is copying it down. I know. Why are you so loud? Why are you so quiet, Chan? It's hard to hear you. I look around to see if anyone is noticing our conversation. It's pretty obvious that everyone has, even the teacher. She then smiles coyly, and I start to wonder if Misha is doing this because she told her to. Is it because of what happened between her and Lily earlier? This is what I get for trying to be reasonable, or trying to take the middle path. She's doing this way too prideful, although by now I should know what to expect what kind of behavior from her. Why are you doing this? I say that all the time. Huh? Misha is totally oblivious to the awkward stare that the teacher's giving both of us while trying to balance her textbook on one finger. For a brief sound, it looks as if things could get ugly, but the teacher simply looks away as if not worth the trouble. I guess this is a good thing, and I slump back in my seat in relief. The rest of the day passes uneventfully, and this time I'm able to appreciate that it does. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry, so I stay for a while. Reviewing that week what we covered in class today, I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallways. I know Shizune and Misha stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune's signing so fast that her hands make noise like swords cutting through the air. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down whenever they're discussing it. It looks like serious business. I'll be way over my head, not just that, but Shizune also seems angry. Although it could just be her normal severity to make it appear so. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. It's a really rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished, and the girls sit down to their seats again. Wow, I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on the desk, looking exhausted. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see myself idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kinda neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. She then starts signing at me, when Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signed with harsh, heavily dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does so, well, it almost looks like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly to Misha. Well, we're in the student council, so we're pretty busy. Sarcasm. Huh? The tone of Shizune's action made me think she is speaking with disdain, but Misha interprets it normally, replacing whatever her intent may have been there with her own chipper twist on things. It's disorientating. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Never mind. How could I forget with you two trying to get me to join at least twice a day? But Chan, some could say the work is too much. It's nice if students were to show a little more support for their leadership. Some appreciation to the ones who are working so hard to make it all possible. Maybe, for example, a little help. That's asking too much, is it? Yep, help would be appreciated from students like you. If students would show their dedication and school spirit and offer them help, well, I don't exactly need it. But I wouldn't necessarily refuse it, so it would be nice if someone would. Oh, hello. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Oh, Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away, to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike by Hanako by associating of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. They seem to have momentarily forgotten about trying to get me to stay for the rest of the day. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, Satao is not here. She, came by in the morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she is intimidating enough as it is. So I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little funny though, watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at? She might be slacking off somewhere, just like Hichan. Wow. Damn, what is it with Shizune and her need to point out stuff like this? Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste. What were you talking about? Oh yeah, we are really working hard to make the best will happen. Look, it's 3 in the morning. I had a drink. I'm done. I had my first drink. And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them managing to liberate me any more slacking off. The halls are somewhat quiet, as expected. Everyone must be in clubs, meetings, or at festival preparations, or both. Shizune's words are being a slacker echo in my head. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but I seem to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't. And clubs, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of person. Halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. A Dren. It looks like she's working on her mural today too. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. She's sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall she's painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's only half done as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared in the twisted human-like figures that have spread and increased in number. And I have to say, the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about art by any measurable scale, but it's very nice and looking, nevertheless. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that her concentration won't break. Wait. She doesn't even turn to check who it is. I'll wait. "15 minutes later, I decide that her concentration is indeed unbroken, and also that I have waited long enough to warrant poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Rin turned her head mechanically back to my direction, ending up staring at my crotch level. Oh, it's a cell. She can tell? I would feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face. Astute observation. Hard at work, I see. Conversation starts as if I hadn't been here for a quarter of half an hour already, but it's not a concern, at least it starts. Looking good? It does. The layer of paint hiding other layers of paint. Mixing and shaping the human figures really create an impressive look. But Ren looks miffed. You shouldn't comment on work in project. 7 years of bad luck. Sounds terrible, I guess. I'll take it back then. Still, it looks good. I wonder if I can get 14 years of bad luck for thinking that. Ren turned it back to looking at her painting and poked it with a big toe. Could you mix some of this color? I am running out of it. She looks down at a half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I didn't really intend to stay and help her with the project though. I guess I didn't intend to do anything much. I look look at Rin, she looks intently back at me. Just this once. Rin picks up another brush and then drenches it in another tone of pale red. There dozen similar bowls around her working area. From the looks of the scene, she could have not been sitting there for hours. I wonder if she has. This would mean she'd have been skimming school though, which I of course wouldn't put beyond someone like Rin. I pour a little bit of bright and red in the bowl, trying to match the color with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient of her to not mix it enough in the first place. Getting it to be exactly the same tone will be impossible, but at least I can try to get as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't that a huge workload for you too? It's just a big painting and all. Oh, I'm not odd. I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think of that. I guess you aren't. You guessed right. Well, I don't think I gave her a voice before. Legs hurt though. They feel like slugs. Slugs made of sea slugs. Because of position. Yeah, I like doing it in a horizontal position more. If you know what I'm talking about. But it can't be helped. Can't ask the wall on the way down. Saying that, she stretches herself a little, bending her legs back far more than a human should flex. Astonishing how accurately she manages her body around. There's a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression, a hint of pain maybe, as she stretches out her calves. Rin must have stamina and dexterity far above a normal person should be able to live like Rin she does. But she's wearing out working on this. Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something at least. Continue tomorrow if it's bad. This gives her a pause. A long one too. Feeling like a mental yawn. I don't think so, is how. I'm not pushing myself. Sure looks like you are. No, it's not about pushing or pulling or anything related to that kind of thing. There's this boy. A boy? Yes. Where? At the art club. And? He's blind. Oh, how can you paint if you're blind? No idea. But why is he there? That's the point. He is there. She really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel more like a discussion, less of an interrogation. He can't really do anything that you'd call art, right? But he comes there anyway and paints. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. That's why I asked. So? He doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting. I'm sure they are. I once tried that, painting with my eyes closed. Wasn't too interesting, then cleaned up the floor, took ages, didn't try again. But he's becoming better at sculpting. I see. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this. Maybe she was glad she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people. Not really. Pretty blunt statement, and she's totally mistress the sarcasm. No? Just like I said, they're not very interesting. I usually don't have much interest in people who are not interesting. Maybe you have. Maybe. But the boy is interesting. Maybe I am like that boy, or maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can't do just because you can. That's pretty deep, I think. And tell her that to her. You're a deep one. Nah, I'm a really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Did you know I can only think of 4 things at the same time? No, but now I do. Right, now I'm thinking of the second floor as a girl's toilet ice cream flavored ice cream, the middle toe, and a haircut. I'm gonna need a haircut. What? What the fuck was that? She shakes her head around vigorously, letting her short, messy hair ruffle wildly around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. That was weird. She falls silent as Rin treads around absent-mindedly, poking some brushes around. I thought about it. The art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I'm feeling like I'm treading on very unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Rin go, it's as though I'm starting a smoking habit or something. I should probably stop talking with her. It's not like I dislike her, despite the confusion her being herself causes. I don't dislike art either. I've even drawn for fun sometimes. I just don't have a really creative drive or any technical skill. So usually if I were to draw something, I get white paper syndrome and just freeze completely. That, or I manage to draw something disfiguringly and probably gets frustrated at my inability to put the picture in my head down on the paper and then call it quits without really even trying to make it an effort. Ren clearly doesn't have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking in the mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. Ren sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, apparently comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She is staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. I can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused on. I'm thinking of leaving so she can carry on working undistracted, and that I can do whatever I'm going to do alone. It's not like I have anything that must be done today. Oh shoot. Who? Nobody. I just forgot to tell Hanako Noli was looking for. Do you know her? From my class? Oh, her, the mystery toilet girl. That person's funny. I saw her going to the toilet 5 times during one recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's the world record. It was very mysterious. That's why I call her the mystery toilet girl? What other reason could there possibly be? Well, if there is, it's an eternal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. Maybe it was a week before that, could have been. Looking at her makes me hungry. Don't say that. He's not around her. Then turns back, looks at me blatantly, as if she is not sure why I respond to her. So, but she doesn't acknowledge. Doesn't acknowledge understanding any more than before, so I give up at this point. So, do you want to go eat dinner then? No, not yet. Rin has turned her hungry gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic, or at least slightly lethargic, there we go, than she did before. It's as if the wall is an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. This is the feeling I get. A weird sense of empathy overcomes me and makes me smile a little to myself. For all her oddity, Rin is pretty cool after all. I'll be going anyway. Have fun. Rin has already grasped a brush and it's dipping into fresh paint, so of course she can't hear me anymore and doesn't answer anything even if she does. At hearing the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake up early morning to go jogging again. I made a promise and I'm gonna keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. It's not all that bad.